Hey there, it's Wednesday afternoon, about noonish, so that means it's time for Teach Your Business to Fish. I'm Michael Rager, your business guide, and we're here to talk you through business and what's going on and help you guide your business to making more money and profits. That's what it's all about. You know, I think you're going to like it today. I got my friend Andy Erickson on. Andy's sitting over here to the side. You can kind of see him in his reflection in the mirror behind me. He's back there. You can wave into the reflection, Andy. Go ahead. There we go. We got him on there. So we're going to get that going, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about perception, because those of you guys that are following me on Facebook and doing stuff, Andy's a business broker, and business brokers are very important when we get ready to sell a business or we want to buy a business. We need someone that can guide us through that process, just like we help guide you to grow the business and stuff like that. But we want to talk about perception today, because perception is... man, it's reality to some people. It really is people really believe what they perceive, whether it's real or not. A couple of years ago, I was doing some training for some Nigerian engineers. I loved it. They came over. We were doing leadership training and organizational, leadership training, and helping them become better at what they do. And we got in this discussion about perception. And one of the guys was like, no, but if it's wrong, what if their perception's wrong? And I'm like, yeah, that's important, but the funny thing is, it's their reality and it's right to them. And that's the thing that we need to look at, because especially we start talking about this a little bit later with business, we need to understand that how people are looking at things that they perceive. We're seeing it right now in our election. The right perceives it this way, the left perceives it this way. We all know that this and this are BS. What's really going on is somewhere here, and we need to figure it out. And one of the best analogies and ways to teach it that I learned was a friend of mine, Scott Fay. Scott Fay, when I joined the John Maxwell team, was the guy that introduced Paul Martinelli to John Maxwell and helped get the thing going. And what Scott did was he brought in a beach ball, and he set the beach ball, blew it up, set the beach ball down on the table, and he went to said people sitting around. He said, "Okay, what color is it?" And two people would look at it and go, "It's white and yellow." Two people would look at it and go, "It's white and red." It was white and green and white and blue. Were any of them wrong? And the answer is no. They weren't wrong, but they didn't have the perception that everybody else did. So we got to take this into consideration when we're doing what we're doing. Our customers sometimes don't perceive the value of what we bring. There was a guy the other day on Facebook. He put this very interesting ad, and he said, "Hey, I do this, and this in home improvement." I think he did painting and drywall and stuff like this. And he goes, "Call me now, and you're going to get 15% off everything." And so I just responded to him on Facebook, and I said, "Why are you giving 15% off? Why are you giving away? I don't know your profit margins, but why are you giving away 20 to 30% of your profit minimally?" And he's like, "Well, everybody on TV does it." And I'm like, "Well, is that right?" But his perception was the only way for him to get clients was to give a discount. His perception was the only way for him to give clients was to give a discount. It wasn't to go ahead and actually add value. And that's what it's all about in business. We need to go ahead and add value. We see perception all over the place, and a lot of times it's the things are not about us. What goes on in the world is not about us, it's about others. We really, as business owners, in order for us to be successful in what we do and how we market our products and services, is look at everything. I'm looking at that camera right now. You've got to understand how everybody from that camera is looking at me, and understanding how they perceive me and the value that I add. When I come out and I say business guide, I do that intentionally. And I was at a networking event last week, and this guy said business guide, chuckled. And I said, but when you're going fishing in a new area, who do you hire? You hire a guide. You hire a guide, somebody who knows about what you're doing and what needs to be done. I mean, I've been coaching for 13 years. I've been coaching for a while. I kind of know a thing or two, but I ended up in Texas because me and a partner, he started a company. I was a key employee. We put together an ESOP, and we sold it to an engineering firm. Okay, the thing he sold was me and my Rolodex in 2000. I had connections. I had people in the oil and gas industry, and he sold my connections to somebody else. They perceived the value of Mike. The other perception was we didn't need Keith. We're going to give you money to go away. We're going to bring in Mike to go ahead and help us make more money. And we were until Enron hit and all that bad stuff. And that it just turned out to be really, really crappy timing. We sold at the right time. We did the right things, and that's what we need to look at. So there's a lot of things that are going on right now in the world that we've got to understand how people perceive what's going on. And that's a lot of what Andy and I are going to talk about. We're going to talk about how people perceive their business. As a business broker, people are going to come to him with unrealistic expectations of what their business is worth. I was sitting here and I just saw that a thing slipped by on my LinkedIn. I got a friend of mine, Alex Howard, who I can't wait to get Alex on here. Alex used to own a business valuation firm. It was a big valuation firm. And we were talking about this one day. I think it was when the Dodgers sold for $1 billion. And he's like, yes, their perception was it was worth $1 billion. The rest of us may look at it and say, no way in heck is it worth that. But somebody thought it was, and they were able to get that. But when we get to reality here, and we're going to be looking at this, and our job is not to crush everybody's bubble, and it's not to pop it, but we've got to get those people that perceive, and that's what Andy's going to talk about, my business is worth this. We got to get them to look at kind of some of the realities and the numbers that are around there, because the people that are going to be looking to buy that business are not going to perceive it as this. They're going to perceive it as this. And this is the thing that we need to do. And that's why he and I work together to try to make the businesses bigger. If we can go ahead, we talk about putting lipstick on a pig. That's not necessarily what we want to do with businesses to make them look better, but we can go ahead and make them better by doing a few things. And, I think a couple weeks ago when I did the show on the 6 cylinders of business that my buddy Frank Mamulo put together, if we can work and just fine tune each one of those cylinders just a little bit better, it actually will move the perceived value up for that buyer. So those are the things that we want to talk about today. We're going to get into that. We're going to look at perception. Tina, hey, thanks for saying hi. I see you on there. But let's get out there. We're ready to go to commercial right now, Jonathan? Okay, we got the thumbs up. So we're going to come back. We're going to have Andy. We're going to talk about perception and business and what's going on in the business brokerage world. This is Michael Rager, your business guy. Teach your business to fish. We'll be back in a minute.
Hi, this is Alberto Tudela. The Houston metro area has experienced a substantial increase of wind and hail damage, flooding, and other perils in the last 5 years. Now more than ever, it is critical and essential to ensure your company, your property, as well as your family have the right insurance coverage. Tudela Insurance Solutions offers a wide variety of insurance for home, auto, property, as well as life insurance. My goal is to find a tailored option that guarantees the right coverage at the right price, specific to your needs, present and future, so you protect what matters the most. Call me today at 713-714-4475 and allow our team at Tudela Insurance Solutions to make sure you're protected. Accidents never happen when we expect them. Now is the time to ensure you have peace of mind.
This pandemic has decimated the economy, especially small business. Restaurants are closing, retailers are calling it quits, owners, managers, and sales reps wonder, is this the new normal? They are worried about their companies and their future. Bounce Back Westchase is here to help. Multiple companies, as well as public officials, have teamed up to reinvigorate Houston businesses with Bounce Back Westchase, which can be found at bouncebackwestchase.com. Bounce Back Westchase is a completely free of charge platform where any company in Houston can boost, get exposure, and bring new customers to their business. There are 3 easy steps to helping you get new customers. 1. Log on to bouncebackwestchase.com and click Sign Up to get new customers. 2. Fill out your company details. 3. Create a Bounce Back offer or discount. Your information will then be sent out to thousands of potential customers and clients on a weekly basis. Bounce Back Westchase is a completely free local initiative for Minuteman Press Westchase, City Council members Tiffany D. Thomas and Greg Travis, State Congressman Jim Murphy and Gene Wu, Now Media Radio, the Houston West Chamber of Commerce, and the Westchase District. Get your company signed up, get new customers, and let's bounce back together.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
All right, welcome back. This is Michael Rager, your business guide here on Teach Your Business to Fish. I got Andy Erickson. Andy, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Michael. I'm, beautiful day outside and just enjoying life.
I know this is 2 weeks in a row. It hasn't been raining on Wednesday, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
There's, we went through about 6 weeks in a row that it just decided it would rain every Wednesday, and it just made it more fun to be in here because we couldn't think about fishing.
Right.
And that's the thing that we get. So tell us a little bit about First Choice, man. Exactly what do you guys do for businesses?
So First Choice Business Brokers is a franchise organization that helps businesses buy and sell. So we work with companies that want to sell their business, and we also work with E2 visas, people wanting to come into the United States, to buy these businesses. So that's really what our focus is.
What's your focus? Are you more on helping buyers or sellers, or does it really matter?
It really doesn't matter, but our real business model is helping sellers, and buyers pretty much come to the table when we have a listing.
All right. So how do people that are looking, when should they start considering talking to somebody like you? If I own a business and I'm looking to sell, how far in advance should I look to talk to you?
To have the real conversation, 5 years plus.
Yeah.
Really when you open up your business, you should have the end result in mind. And so as soon as you can think about it, talk to the right people.
Yeah, it's when I go in and I coach businesses, I have all my clients, I hate giving plugs for other people, but I have them read John Warlow's Built to Sell. Build the thing right now off just from the beginning as a sellable asset. And I was out one night with a guy, and he owns a $50 million construction company, a big construction company. I'm never going to sell it. And I go, dude, I don't care. But is it sellable?
Right.
Is it sellable? So when you see that and you hear it, what's the one thing, or give me the 2 or 3 things that make businesses unsellable?
That's a really good question. And, in the 21st century, I think one of the biggest sticklers for buyers is bad Google reviews or no Google reviews. I would say that that's one of the biggest decision-making factors for a buyer these days. The other one is when the seller has put all of their personal expenses through the business so that they lose money on their taxes. That's a really difficult one for buyers to get over, because even if we can help them understand where those dollars are, they still don't want to believe it.
Yeah. Are you dealing a lot more with B2C type businesses? Is that what you specialize in or you do more of?
I would say that we do a lot of B2C businesses, but it's not the majority of our business. I would say it's about 50-50, B2B, B2C.
Okay, yeah, because I see that when I'm talking to my clients that man, Google and all these platforms are becoming very, very important right now. And we're talking in the beginning was perception, and that's it. And understanding people get their perception by going to Google and reading what other people think about you, and they make an opinion based on that.
And, Google reviews and all these reviews used to be so much more focused on the B2C, and B2B owners don't believe that has an impact on people making a decision to work with them. And it really does these days.
Yeah, it really does. So when you're a buyer, when I'm coming in and I'm a buyer and I'm going, Andy, I want to buy a company. What's the first thing that I need to be bringing to you? What do you need to know about me? So you can really help me find what's the best thing for me.
Really what I want to know is, personally what you want to achieve, and whether that's 5-10 years down the road, what's the income that you need to make on a yearly basis? What kind, industry really isn't important. A lot of the times we find when a buyer comes, they say, well, I want this and only this, and we'll bring them an opportunity that they had no idea that was a business model that was achievable. And so really it's about personal goals and finding the business that will help them achieve their personal goals.
How many people come to you prepared?
I would say, as far as private equity companies go, it's 85%. But when it's individual buyers, I would say almost none.
None. So they're not. So if you're looking to go out there and buy a business, there's some homework that you should be doing.
Yes.
Where do they find that stuff? Is that really? Do they go look for First Choice and reach out to you before then?
They can. We have a lot of great content on our website that we discuss, but really websites like Biz Buy Sell, DealStream, BusinessBroker.net, they create a lot of content that help buyers and sellers understand what the market is, what do they need to be prepared for, and what they need to do to be prepared.
It's just really looking at things, from, like you said, perception, from the buyer's perception, the seller's perception. What's the one thing sellers? I know that sellers always think their business is worth way more than what it is.
Yes,
isn't it?
I would say 95% of the time. you have a few unicorn clients that think that their business is actually worth what it is. But it's few and far between.
How much time do you spend with them? Looking at the business and this is what it's really worth. Because I know one of the things they can get from you is I think it's a free evaluation. You're not doing a full valuation, but you're giving them a valuation of the business. I know when the business or profit accelerator software that I use, we do a rough valuation of the company, so we can show them if we start doing this will make it better. But how do you walk them through that and show them really what their potential business is worth?
What the biggest issue that we find is the gross revenue that businesses actually have on an annual basis. That's what the business owners think that their business is worth. And what they don't look at is how much are our expenses, what are our profit margins, because most people don't understand what the multiples are of what their business is actually worth. So many people have this idea in their mind that it's a 7 or 8 multiple. No, typically we're seeing, especially in 2020, we're seeing about a 2.3 multiple across all industries. Across
industry, I know when we were looking to buy the software company a few years ago, our goal was to buy it, make it better, and flip it. That was the whole goal. We were looking at a 10x multiple because it was in technology.
Right.
That was the only reason. We were already, before we even bought the company, we were already talking to IBM. We were already selling up who our potential buyers were.
Exactly.
At the end. So when people come to you, do you help them with that? Do you sit down and say, okay, yeah, you want to sell this thing in 5, 6, 7 years? Do you educate them through and looking at that, or is that something that you sub out and do some other stuff?
Typically, I will have the conversation with them to inform them so that they really understand the process. But that's when I bring somebody to you that can help them implement that strategy. Okay. When I talk to somebody, they need to reverse engineer where they want to be in 10 years. And I'm not going to be the one that helps them get there. That's your job. Yeah, well, that's what we do. Those are the things that we like to do. Well, because it's really funny is, depending on the company, we see a lot of people there. The first thing they want to do is market. We need a market, and most businesses don't realize that that's not where they're going to make the increase in profit margin. Exactly.
Where is it?
That's where we have to look at, what are we spending our money on, and where's the ROI? Because if we're spending money, there has to be a return on investment. And if we're just spending money to spend money, that creates a real big issue down the road.
Yeah, it's 9 times out of 10, especially the business established, is operations. Yeah. It's looking at fixed costs and direct costs. And I was taught this. It was called the 5-5-5 principle. And again, I'll give Frank some kudos for that. I'm gonna start going, Frank. I'm just quit doing that. I learned by John Maxwell once that he goes, look, if you want to quote somebody, say, hey, I heard John say, and then the next time, I heard someone say, and then about 10 times they say, I was thinking.
After the third time, it's yours.
Yeah, it's mine, Frank. So I'm stealing it. R&D, as Cameron Harrell told me, rip off and deploy. 5-5-5. So he said, if you reduce fixed costs 5%, reduce variable costs 5%, increase revenue 5% is a 36% change in profit margin.
Yeah,
it's huge, and getting people to understand those numbers, that's really important. Like the guy that I talked about earlier that was going to give a discount straight off the bat before he even knew what the heck he was doing because he thought that was the best way to get clients.
Right.
And that's not it. What are some other mistakes that you see people that are coming in with you that they really just have to fix right off the bat before they even think of selling these things?
That's a loaded question.
It is. We got like 27 minutes still to fill.
Okay. So, I think one of the biggest issues or the biggest things that I see when somebody comes to me that they want to sell is we have somebody that I would call a sole proprietor, not in the legal sense, but the operation is only about them. They have not been able to delegate. They have not brought anybody else on to take on those roles because that really dings a price of a business when it's going to sell because a buyer is now worried about, can I do this?
Yep. Oh, it's funny. Is that the company that we were forming, it was all on operational intelligence, how the company functioned, why it functions. I've got client up in Spring area right now. We do some stuff with and helping them doing it right now. It's a company called Flyboys. The couple that owns it, he used to be an F-16 fighter pilot. He developed some technology to make their flight plans and flight stuff easier. And he's owned the company for several years, and he's kind of positioning it to sell it in the next few years. And we've been working with him to write operations manuals. Yeah. And we're doing it electronically. We're using some software, and I'm not going to give the software plug yet. If you want to do that, go to Michael Rager at teachyourbusinesstofish.com, and I'll go send you the link to the software so I get paid if you buy it. I get multiple streams of income. But we're going through in this software. We're shooting video, we're shooting everything, so everybody knows what people are supposed to be doing in the company. So we got to wrap this segment up in 2 minutes. So let's do. Give me one other thing besides that we can kind of go to this commercial with, and then set up and come back to the next. So what's the next thing besides getting everything out of the owner's head?
I think it's understanding who your customers are and what they value.
They don't even know who their customer is.
Right.
But that goes back to the Teach Your Business to Fish hot dogs, fishing with hot dogs. I don't know. Have you seen that? You see that video yet?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's that fishing with hot dogs thing. It's classic. These businesses are doing it, and I catch myself doing it on occasion. We get into the point where, oh my God, I need revenue. Let me just get anybody. Right. And what we find is that anybody just kind of sucks, and it's hard to work with them and stuff like that. So it's really understanding who your client is. So if you've been watching this or listening to this podcast for the couple months we've been doing it, that's what we've been telling you. Know your fish. You need to know your fish to get rich. That's what it's all about. We went out the other day, and we'll come and tell you our mahi story after the break. And you ready to hit it out, Jonathan? We're good. All right, you guys. This is Mike Rager, your business guide with Andy Erickson of First Choice Business Brokers. We'll be back in just a minute.
Graphic design, banners, brochures, business cards, posters, any printing you need for your company's branding, Priority Printing SS is your solution. With more than 30 years of experience, Priority Printing SS has been the preferred solution for hundreds of companies for any printed materials. At Priority Printing SS, they believe in listening to you, bringing you creative ideas to effective results. Your printed materials talk about your company. Make sure they open the door for you. Trust your printed materials to the experts. Call Priority Printing SS at 713-575-9800 and let Priority Printing SS handle with ease all your printing needs.
Hi, I'm Mike Mogel, the CEO of Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. A clean and disinfected space is essential to keeping your customers and your staff healthy, safe, and productive while preventing the spread of COVID-19. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with more than 20 years experience in janitorial, restaurant, post-construction, and floor maintenance cleaning. We really make it shine. We are focused on quality cleaning and wellness in our customer spaces. Our team is professionally trained to ensure not a spot is missed, and we use products that are safe for your property and your people. Our services are tailored to your individual needs and include expert floor care, dusting, sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, detailing, glass cleaning, and deep disinfecting. Our experienced team is here to make your office as comfortable and clean as possible. Visit our website at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call us today at 832-689-7996. Now that's a clean sweep.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Yeah, it's your business guide, Michael Rager, and we're back with Teach Your Business to Fish and Andy Erickson. Andy, all right, so before the break, we talked about two of the most important things that people need to consider before they sell their business. Number one, all this crap cannot be in their head.
Yes.
They need to get it out and make sure it's transferable.
Documented, like you said.
Document the crap out of what you do, because when you leave the company, you don't want to stay there.
No.
That's why you're selling. I'm selling the company not so I can stay there for 3 more years and watch you screw up everything I built.
Exactly.
I'm doing it so I can go sit on the beach and drink fruity cocktails with umbrellas in them and go fishing when I want.
Right.
That's why I'm selling my business. Number 2 is understand who your client is.
Yes. And what they value.
How do they screw that up?
You know, I think it's because we're like fishing with hot dogs. We just cast a wide net, and anybody that comes in, we believe that they're our client. Mm-hmm. But we don't understand what our major base, that 80-20 rule. Where does 80% of your revenue come from? Because you can create the psychodemographics around that and really learn. Not only does it make you more profitable, but it makes the ROI on your marketing in the future better. Mm-hmm. And then you can disqualify clients before even working with them.
Yeah, one of the things I do, here you go, guys. I'll give you a little coaching tip. One of the things I do with my clients is go through and write down your last 100 clients. Tell me what they have in common. Mm-hmm. Then go identify which ones did you like working with. Find out what they had in common. And you're going to find out that there's that 80-20 rule. Yeah. Most of them are going to be like this. They're going to be men. They're going to be women. They're going to be this age. They're going to be from this socioeconomic background. They're in this. This is it. It's all going to be there.
Exactly. And I like people or businesses when they really focus on creating what we call an avatar, right? Mm-hmm. Really understanding what that is and visualize it so that the entire team can understand what that is so that we're all working towards the same goal.
Yeah, exactly. And it's hard. And I hear it all that, well, I got multiple people. Yeah, you do. Mm-hmm. You do. But who's the key?
Right.
Who's the key? There was a time early in my career that almost 80% of the businesses I coached were women. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I don't know how it happened, but it was. I had mostly women clients. Mm-hmm. I liked working with them. They all cussed way more than I did, which is really tough because he's been on the boat with me. And he's heard that. But it just was. Yeah. And I liked working with them. It was fun. A lot of them worked harder than the guys. I think a lot of it is they just want to really prove themselves. Mm-hmm. They're like, hey, look, I'm going to prove people that this is what it is. This is what we're going to do, and I'm going to make this business successful. And it was fun, and I liked it. It's changed a little bit now. Like myself, most of my clients are business to consumer businesses. They've been doing, the really good ones that I'm coaching are doing, $1 million plus in revenue, and they kind of have a direction on what they're doing. Yeah. When you're looking at your avatar, how do you describe it?
We have multiple avatars, mm-hmm. and so I've broken it down into 3 different segments. I have the buyer avatar. Somebody that is motivated to make a decision in the first 90 to 120 days to buy a business. Because if they're just tire kickers, we don't want to work with them. Are they going to provide us the documents that we need so that we can disclose them on what the business is? Proof of funds is a huge thing.
Yeah.
And then, we can get even, deeper down into what that avatar is, but that's a very general avatar. For the seller, we have two different avatars. One that we focus on, which is the B2C businesses under $500,000.
Okay.
Typically, it's a mom and pop or a franchise location that is operating the business on a daily basis. And they're not as business savvy. They don't understand the legal documents, the legalese that we have in there. And so I have to walk them through that. And then I have the professionally managed, which are businesses that are typically generating over $2 million in revenue annually. And so those people understand the documents that we're providing, and there's a lot less hand-holding that goes on in there. And so it's the emotions that I really focus on with those different avatars to make sure that we're in alignment.
Yeah, I usually find in mine, I've got that startup. That startup, there is $0 to $250,000 in revenue, and I like working with them. I had a Germ Wrap this year. They were at. I coached him yesterday, and I said, Manuel, I took you from $0 to $30-some thousand a month, and he said, no, we had $150 that first month. You started, so we went from $150 to I think $33,000 a month.
Yeah,
nice increase during COVID.
The hockey stick.
Yeah, it's very hockey stickish, and but going from there, and I like them. They're there. They've got a totally different. Persona, they're terrified. How am I gonna make my mortgage payment? How am I gonna do this, and how am I gonna pay you? That's always something. Then I get to the guy that's at that 500,000 to 3 million. Then you get that 3 million to 10 million, and above that 10 million, they're going out to the big CPA firms, and they're going to other places.
Exactly.
And I don't know. I still bring in good information, but hey, that's just my ego, going there. So what's the most important thing going into Q4 for First Choice Business Brokers? What are you guys focusing on? Because I know you brought in a couple. You got that the marina, right?
The marina. Yes, we have a marina.
So anybody looking to buy a marina, call Andy.
Call me. We're ready.
You're ready to sell it. But what's on your agenda? What do you guys as a company need to focus on going into Q4?
So, that's a really good question. We have an 18-month rolling plan, and we address that every quarter. And actually, to be transparent, we address it every month. So now we are planning for 2021, what that looks like. How many agents do we want to have in the office in January, and how many do we want to have in December 31st? And so we are reverse engineering the financial goals that we have, and what do we need to do to achieve those. So we are budgeting marketing as of right now for the first 3 quarters of 2021, and obviously we address that on a monthly basis to see what's working and what's not.
Yeah, so it's you're doing a lot of what I'm doing. You're growing the agency.
Yes.
I love working with clients. I love fishing more. So I'm looking to bring in coaches. I'm looking to bring in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coaches in my team in the next year. And I imagine that's the exact same thing you're trying to do.
Just double that.
Yeah, you get 20?
Yeah, the goal is 25.
Okay. I like it. I can do more, but then my fee that I have to pay out to the guy goes up a lot. And I'm like, if I get 10... That's $100,000. That's $10,000 a month with me doing nothing.
Yeah,
I could do that and then keep my coaching clients as I got a $500,000 business pretty easily.
Exactly.
So then when I get ready to flip it, I can go ask one for it.
Right. Somebody might buy it. You never know.
Somebody might if they give me $750. My goal is to build it to it so it's $5 million. Okay. That's my goal, because then I figure if I got $5 million in the bank, I can go do whatever I want. Say that mouth that. I'm just like, screw it. I'm gonna go do what I want, and I'm gonna go hang out, and I'm gonna live in Costa Rica, and I'm gonna go sail fishing, and I'm gonna go paddle my kayak around and drink fruity drinks with
umbrellas. Why not?
Exactly.
That's what we all want to do.
Exactly.
I might pick Mexico, but Costa Rica is even better.
I like both of them. I made one of the biggest mistakes I think I made in my life. It was like 97, 98. Me and my friend Charlie Bertram, we worked on a big project for Florida Gas, and we got done, and God, we were 12 years, 30, and got 150 grand in my bank account. Nothing going on. He and I go to Cabo for a week fishing, and we were. I loved Cabo at the time because we were there over the weekend. We got there like Wednesday to Tuesday, and we fished like 3 days. So we were fishing like every other day, just hanging out. And I didn't know on the weekends that school teachers from San Diego flew down for party on the weekend. And I'm like single, and I got 6 figures in my pocket, and I was kind of having a good time. And we actually went to Cabo Wabo. And Sammy Hagar was actually playing there on a Monday night.
Oh, wow.
And Slash from Guns N' Roses was the headline, was actually playing. There was like 30 of us. And so Sammy comes out, we had no cell phones, none of this stuff. And he just brings out this all-star cast of people playing with him. We're just sitting there drinking Coronas like they're going out of style. But me and Charlie, when we were getting ready to leave, we're like, you got 100 grand. I got 100 grand.
Yeah.
What are we going home for? We're pretty sure we could find something to do here. And the way Cabo has grown right now on the fishing, and we could have done something really badass.
Right. Focused. And
if we just didn't drink ourselves to death, but there was a highly probability of that happening. But we were business. I wasn't as business savvy as I was now.
Okay.
So going to Mexico. Where do you want to go in Mexico? Where's your favorite place?
Mazatlan. So I actually traveled to Mazatlan. I lived there for 6 months.
Did you?
I actually moved down there to learn how to offshore fish. I wanted to learn the ropes for marlin fishing. That was the only purpose that we did. We went fishing twice a week for 6 months, and I learned a lot.
Man, when I went down there, we took a group. I used to work for a company called Anglers and Hunters Travel, and we did a trip to go down to Mazatlan, and it was incredible. But the only thing that got me there, man, there's a little bit more gang activity, and it wasn't quite as friendly as once you got outside of the friendly confines of Mazatlan.
Exactly. You stayed in one area.
Yeah. But we had, man. The captain, I wanted to kill him, dude. I think you told this story when I was on the boat the other day. But we're sitting there, and we're trolling the first day, and we got the teaser out. So those of you guys are going to start looking at marketing, and we talk about it all the time. It's that thing that's going to get the attention. We want to get your attention really quick. The teaser's there. It's this big thing making all flash. This marlin, all of a sudden you see this pool cue come out of the water, and this marlin's like 5 feet behind the boat trying to eat this freaking thing. Pull it away, it turns back, there's 2 lures back down there, pounces on it, skyrocketing away, thing's huge. And we get up there, it's bent like this, and you see the lure go flying out of its mouth. Like, crap. All right, fine. Rig back up. 15 minutes later, we got another one on.
Wow.
So we get 15 minutes later, we got another one on. Get another one on. This one pops off too. We're like, what the heck is going on? And finally gets up. I look at the first mate, and I said, let me see that lure. And that hook was bent. The tip of the hook was bent over. We pulled out 3 other lures, and they were all bent over.
Wow.
I was not a very happy camper. And the captain, Andy, he was going, well, let's go. The reason we're not catching them is because they're not eating it like bait. Let's go catch bait and fish live bait for them. Dude, we caught 2 tuna, and we trolled for 5 more hours without a bite. And here's the thing I look at. We knew what was working. They were biting lures. They were aggressive as hell. And then we went and changed.
It's difficult to swallow.
When you're paying for, at the time, we're paying $600-700 a day for a charter.
Right.
I was pissed off.
Yeah.
But that's my Mazatlan story. There's marlin freaking everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. I mean, we've caught marlin a mile and a half offshore from the marina. I mean, it's absolutely amazing fishery. We've caught mahi, snapper from the beach.
I caught in the East Cape, just north of Cabo. I used to go to a place called Rancho Leonero, and I was in my kayak, and I hooked about a 35-pound mahi, and they jump really high when you're in the boat. They jump really, really high when you're in your kayak. It's like you're looking at this fish is like 12 feet in the air. It's just like nuts and doing that. So what do we got here, Jonathan? We got 2 minutes left, 1 minute left. 2. All right, so we're gonna pull this up. We're gonna. I know we went off in the fishing stories early. Jonathan's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I didn't have no fishing stuff right up, but we'll get back. We're gonna talk a little bit more business. So again, I want to come back when we come back, Andy. Let's talk about some perception. Let's talk some comedy errors of some people that really thought that their business was worth a lot more than what it was, and kind of go from there. But we got to get out, and we're gonna go there. So we ready to go to the break? Ish. All right, so we're gonna go to break right now. We're soon. Our tummies are rumbling. We're ready for tacos and margaritas right after this. And see, this is why you got to come on the Teach Your Business to Fish show. We have fun and we go for tacos afterwards. So, right. All right, it's Michael Rage here with Andy Erickson. We'll be back in just a minute.
Hi, this is Alberto Tudela. The Houston metro area has experienced a substantial increase of wind and hail damage, flooding, and other perils in the last 5 years. Now more than ever, it is critical and essential to ensure your company, your property, as well as your family have the right insurance coverage. Tudela Insurance Solutions offers a wide variety of insurance for home, auto, property, as well as life insurance. My goal is to find a tailored option that guarantees the right coverage at the right price, specific to your needs, present and future, so you protect what matters the most. Call me today at 713-714-4475 and allow our team at Tudela Insurance Solutions to make sure you're protected. Accidents never happen when we expect them. Now is the time to ensure you have peace of mind.
Hi, I'm Mike Mogel, the CEO of Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. A clean and disinfected space is essential to keeping your customers and your staff healthy, safe, and productive while preventing the spread of COVID-19. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with more than 20 years experience in janitorial, restaurant, post-construction, and floor maintenance cleaning. We really make it shine. We are focused on quality cleaning and wellness in our customer spaces. Our team is professionally trained to ensure not a spot is missed, and we use products that are safe for your property and your people. Our services are tailored to your individual needs and include expert floor care, dusting, sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, detailing, glass cleaning, and deep disinfecting. Our experienced team is here to make your office as comfortable and clean as possible. Visit our website at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call us today at 832-689-7996. Now that's a clean sweep.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Hey, this is Michael Rager, your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. We got Andy Erickson out there, and those of you guys that are not watching us Facebook Live, man, you're missing the interactions we're having. Our friend Tina out there with Bait Butler. We're gonna give you a promo on there. Tina's got. Hey, Jonathan, pull up. Can you find out baitbutler.com? Butler, B-U-T-L-E-R. Find it. We'll give Tina, since Tina's on there and she's chatting with us, we'll give her a little pub.
There we go.
And we'll show her what's going on. But Andy, we were talking about the marlin stuff and before, and how I was pissed out at my guide. And you brought it up in the thing. People in business will be doing something that is working,
and they'll just change.
They'll change for no apparent reason. Mm-hmm. How many times have you seen that?
Almost every single time. And there's been times where I've found that I've done that once or twice, and you really have to just hold yourself back.
It's tweaking. You didn't need to change, because all we had to do to be successful was one of two things.
Right.
We could have either just filed the hooks, or we could have changed the hooks.
Exactly.
And that was it.
Why reinvent the wheel?
Well, because we're human, and our ego is just like monstrous, and we feel that we need to do things that are different to prove it's my idea works. And that's what that captain, that's what he did. He's like, no, tuna, we need bait. So we wasted an hour trolling around trying to catch little tuna this big, so we can put him on as bait. And then we got him down there, and then we hooked one, and we lost that sucker too. So it didn't make us any happier. So, kind of going from there. So one of the things we said we'd talk about here is, let's talk about hey, there's the bait butler. There it is, Tina. We got you on there. So let me. So there we go. We put you out there.
Awesome. We can use that.
So, it's kind of cool stuff. Tina's watching us on Facebook Live, and we thought we'd give her a shout out. She goes to our executive angler happy hour and, stuff like that. You need to connect with us and make sure we're connected on Facebook. We got some Facebook groups we need to introduce you to and get some people that can see what you're doing. Definitely. So one of the things we were talking about, Andy, was let's talk about some people who were really, really, their perception of their business was way different than what it was.
Okay. Well, let's start it out with most of these people are entrepreneurs that started the business from nothing.
It's their baby.
It's their baby. The amount of emotional currency that they have in about their business exceeds the actual value. And so one of the biggest things that we see is people want something. They've already in their mind for the last 5 years. They've never talked to anybody. They've never improved systems. They now say, okay, my business, I want $500,000. Or here's a perfect example. We have a retailer that's also a manufacturer who is also a designer. They converted their business model to retail, and they wanted to sell their business for $4 million. And I said, wow, that's really an exciting number. Let's talk about this, and let me do a valuation and see where we are. Well, they had only been operating in this new business model for a year, and they generated less than $200,000. They had $500,000 in inventory from their first year. And so now the property was worth, a little over $2 million. So in the package deal, it still wasn't going to sell for $2.5 million.
Did they own the property?
They owned the property.
They owned the property, so it was more of a real estate deal.
It would have been a complete real estate deal. So, what we helped them do is they just needed to sit back. They have a financial pro forma that they know that they need to achieve in the next 2 to 3 years, but it was right now is not the right time to do this. We can list your business, but you're not going to sell for what you want.
Right. That's the kind of business that, we look at and we take them in and look at, the sales, the operations, the strategy, and get that stuff all aligned. It probably could be a $4 million business.
Oh, easily.
But they're going to have to do, $3 million in revenue?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that takes the real estate into it.
And that still takes the real estate
into it. So you're not really, your retail's hard.
Yeah.
It's way harder to sell that. But, I had my friend Roger DeGregory on a few weeks ago, who owns the Fish Gallery Houston. And his big thing is if you're going to do anything retail, you've got to own the real estate. He says, I don't know how people that are going out there right now are making it.
No,
paying these real estate fees. There's rental fees. It's ridiculous.
I love Fish Gallery. That's one of my favorite places to go stock the fish tanks.
Oh, really? Yeah. Roger's got some beautiful fish tanks. I just don't make enough money yet to hire him. I just get to go smoke cigars with him. It's like, dude, come on. I know him from he's a friend of my wife's, and I actually, when I was in financial services, it was really funny as I did the 529 plan for their first kid.
Okay.
And then when the second kid, so the first kid's going to college. Thanks to me.
The second one,
second one, yeah, maybe not. Maybe she's gonna go over with that. But it's a great place, man. It's beautiful. You guys haven't been there.
And they now have like 5 locations across Texas.
They've got a couple. They're looking at right now. One of the ones he's talking about is up in Dallas, where he's bought an empty big box store.
Okay.
And what he's going to do is he's going to put in a fish gallery and then a vet and then a pet supply store. And then they're working on a burger plate concept. I think it's called Doghouse.
Okay.
So it's a place where you can come out in the afternoon and bring your dog and have a beer and a burger.
Awesome. And
it's great. I love my dog. I love dogs. I just don't want to go eat with them. I'm just one of those guys. And
I can do that at home.
Yeah, exactly. If I want to eat with my dog at home and have it look at me, I can do that at home. I don't want to take him out and have him, eat my $18 burger.
Right.
When he can eat my $2 burger at home. So what are some fun things that are going on with, First Choice and what you're growing, and how do you see your business growing? I mean, you're recruiting people, you're bringing people on. How do they find you? If you want to become a business broker and you want to find Andy, how do they find you, and how does that work?
Well, you can go to Houston, Texas, businessesforsale.com, or you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Google. You can find us anywhere. I mean, we do Craigslist ads. I mean, we're everywhere when it comes to finding business brokers, because most people don't know that business brokers exist. And so it's really an education process for people that want to become a business broker and people that want to use a business broker. We really do a lot of education.
I know your Craigslist ads are there because I put them I put mine right above yours, and so when I'm going looking for coaches, is that pissing you off? Like it's pissing me off?
No.
But
the best thing is I borrowed an advertisement from one of my fellow franchisees in the system, and I put the whole advertisement up. Well, I didn't change the phone number, and so I had.
They started calling him.
My leads were calling my partner in New York.
Nice. He had to love you.
He loved me, so.
Well, no, my thing is I get people that call, and we talk. We have our first conversation. Everything's good. And it's usually with me, it's a 3-part close. So I want to just, hey, this is what we're doing. The second one is, hey, I'm going to go in detail into what you're doing, because to come work with me, there's a fee.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if there is or not with you or what it is. So there's a fee, because we're going to build them a website. We're going to do all their background stuff for them. And we got that, and they're like, oh my God, I can't wait. Da, 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 da. Having the last thing to close, and they never hear from them again. It's like why'd you just waste all my time? Why'd you go waste my time and tell me to call and put time in my calendar for that next one, and then you never call me again?
We have similar experiences.
Okay, good. Just not me.
No.
Good, because I'm really starting to feel really bad about that. I'm I'm sitting there, I get done after a day of phone calling, and I'll look in the mirror, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why do people not like me?
And it's a numbers game when it comes to advertising all these different things, and you really have to find the right person that fits your style of management, and can they work with your type of clients?
Yeah. With me, it's a little bit different. I mean, I know you guys work a lot together. With me, it's me helping them set things up more or less on their own. Okay. I've got some people that want to come in under the Teach Your Business to Fish brand. Some have their own ideas on what they want to do. Kind of going from there. So when people are, you gave your, hey Jonathan, can you throw up Andy's website and stuff so they know where to find him? Thanks. I know he's over there not paying attention, talking, getting ready to eat lunch. Ah, dang, man, those sound engineers. I don't know. Well, yeah, he just gives me the credit. That's why we need turn that sound around. See, there he is. There he is. Say hi, hey, Jonathan. So that's the thing about it. We're a little bit less structured than Sherman, and I have no shorts. I got shorts. My shirt's opening up, and it's getting me, and I see it in there. I see it, and I'm just self-conscious. People are seeing my fat. And there we go. So what's going on with you guys? What's the goal of First Choice Business Brokers for you? Because we always talk about end in mind. Right. You're going to grow this thing to 20, 25 agents, then turn around and sell it, or what's here?
So, I am currently operating 2 businesses. Okay. And the business brokerage, my partner and I started the franchise here in Houston, and so he has given me the ability to solely focus on the business brokerage. The goal is to get it to a certain size, which is 10 to 25 agents, where I am managing the agents and not doing the day-to-day buying and selling of businesses. And so that I can go focus on doing some other things that we really want to do. We really want to go after the companies that use franchising as a growth strategy to sell those, because those are a little bit bigger fish. I mean, it's kind of like catching a marlin versus a wahoo, right? Yeah. And then, really the long-term goal for me is financial stability and also diversification. So there's some other businesses that I have in my mind that I want to acquire here in the Houston area and set myself up for a nice retirement.
Yeah, it's what we're looking to. That's what we got to spend a little bit more time sitting down, outside of drinking, and go through some of the. You got to see some of the stuff that we're doing. I think the profit accelerator thing, I think may be a really good thing for a lot of your clients. Really get it out. We're teaming up right now with some. I think I'm gonna hold the thing for digital marketers, because we came out with a new profit acceleration digital marketing strategy. Yeah. And it's really detailed and stuff like that goes over my head. And that's why I have experts working for me that do that stuff. And go from there. What we got now, Jonathan? 5 minutes left ish. 6. All right, so let's talk 6. All right, So within the next year, man, we're going tuna fishing to Louisiana. Are you in or out?
I'm in.
Okay, I just want to make sure right now. I want to start putting that out. Hey, Andy's in. So if you want to go tuna fishing with Andy and I and 4 other people, you want to be one of those lucky 4 people, let us know ASAP, because probably here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to go book that trip. Because, I'm going to try to book 2, actually. I only want to book one in October, because they catch monsters.
It's
in
a completely
October.
different fishery.
It's close. It's inshore. You're fishing behind tuna boats. But of course, we're going to do our snapper trip, which Andy, if you go on the Teach Your Business to Fish page or the Executive Anglers page, you see these knuckleheads holding up these big snappers. Andy's one of them, and kind of going from there. And we just want to go out there. So what kind of things do you want to accomplish in the next year?
I think really what I want to accomplish in the next year is to develop a team, but individually develop these agents and business brokers to help them achieve their personal goals. That's really where I like to be, and it's all about helping people achieve their dreams, and so that helps me achieve my dreams. And what we're going to try to do about $3 million next year.
Okay.
In the office. So that is our focus, and we're reverse engineering what are the activities that need to be done to achieve that.
Yeah, that's the thing, because we met 6, 7, 8 months ago, something like that. We've become good friends since then. We've gone fishing a few times. We're starting a new networking group. We've got a whole bunch of stuff going, and that's what we want you guys to see. This is what it's all about, and the things we can do to add value to each other.
Exactly.
That's what it's out. I love to have guys like Andy on here. Oh my God, I finally tapped the table once. And I got yelled at so much last week. I told me I got to sit on my hands.
I almost brought you a foam cushion.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna be me a foam cushion to sit here. I got to find something, Jonathan. We got to figure something out there so something I can tap on. I need one of those little widget things I can squeeze. You got something in there. Okay, you're gonna throw it at me. The fidget spinner. I'm sure that fidget spinner will make some noise in here, and that just wouldn't be good neither.